Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday, which means it's time to learn new technology. It may not be new to you, but today we're going to be looking at how to make a podcast. Now, if you already have your own apps and programs that you like to use for podcasting, that's fine. Don't feel like you have to use the way that I show, but I'm just going to lay out a really easy, basic way for those of us who are not already experts. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to write a script. Honestly, that's true for any of the digital book report options that you're going to have. And you're probably thinking, Ms. Monson, that's way too much. I can wing it. I'm really great at talking. Well, that may be true normally, but a lot of times we're not used to recording ourselves, and so when we get into that situation, we freeze or we say stupid things. So I'm just going to advise that before you sit down to do any kind of actual audio recording, that you have a script or at least an outline. From there, I would suggest using your phone. Most smartphones already have a voice memo option, and usually your microphone is pretty good on your smartphone. I use iPhone, so here's the icon over here. Here's what it looks like when you pull it up. This is pretty standard regardless of the iPhone. Really easy to use. You simply push the red square, you start talking. If you realize that you mess up, you pause or stop it. You can drag the blue bar backwards to cover up your mistake, push record again, and continue on with your podcast. Make sure before you save it that you listen to it. It might take more than one or two run-throughs to get it right. Once you do have the version that you like best, save it and then go to the export icon. Okay, it looks like this. And a few options should pop up for you. The one that we're going to be focusing on is Google Drive. When you're older in a more professional situation, you'll probably use Dropbox more than Drive. But since we all have Drive and since it works great for high school, that's what we're going to focus on. Now, this is my Google Drive. You can see that I have my podcasts here. I uploaded a couple versions of them. Usually audio files are MP3s. However, if you use your smartphone is probably going to record it as an MP4, which is technically a video file. And that can cause grief on some platforms. You might have to use a MP3, MP4 converter, but those are pretty easy to find online and pretty seamless. Now, one thing I'm going to suggest here, and I'm not sure if this is going to be possible on the Chromebooks, you might have to use an actual PC for this, is download the music file, whichever one you have sent to yourself, saved to yourself, download it to your hard drive as well as to Google Drive. And the reason for this is some of the audio editing programs don't yet speak to Google Drive. It's a little bit sad, but the audio world has fallen behind there, whereas other things like video are really easy to embed. So then I'm going to have you go into SoundCloud. SoundCloud is free. SoundCloud is again easy to use. That's what we're going for. The one thing that makes it not easy to use is, like I just said, it doesn't speak to Google Drive. So you're going to have to upload your file from the computer. The good news is that whether your phone recorded as an MP3 or MP4, SoundCloud doesn't care. It's going to be able to figure it out. So you don't need to worry about any kind of conversions. Sorry, that's my dog in the background. But go ahead and upload your file. Once you do, your screen is going to look kind of like this. And as if on cue, my dog is chuffing in the background because his picture came up. You can see that here's my file that I showed you earlier, how to make a podcast. Okay, and from here, you want to be able to share it. Okay, so when you share it, it will give you, again, some options, a lot of social media right here. That's not what we're going for. None of those are compatible with Google Sites. And after all, you want to be able to put your podcast on your website. So luckily down beneath, you have the URL, and you're going to highlight and copy the URL. From there, you're going to go into your website, and you're going to go over to the embed icon over here. Okay, and it will pop up like this. Now, embed offers you to do it by URL or to do it by the HTML code. We copied the URL, and honestly, that's easier than HTML. So you're just going to paste that link from your previous slide here into this box. Okay, once you do that, it will appear in your Google site, just like that. Now, if you try to listen to your podcast from within your editable site, it's not going to work because it's still just code to your computer. So what you're going to have to do is view or publish your website. Publishing, it's not a final thing. You can still edit it and change it, but it puts up a preliminary version into the cloud that you can then access as if you were a viewer. And when you make that step and you view it, the little eyeball over here, as a non-editor, then your audio should work fine. So I hope those were easy steps for you, and I hope you have fun testing out your podcasting skills. Have a great day. Bye-bye.